Hey everyone, welcome back to 99 Bitcoins. In this video, I want to do a quick reaction video to what we've had happen today. If you are a crypto trader, this is relevant for you because as we all know how sensitive the crypto markets are and volatile to what we have go on within the interest rate decision when it comes down to the Federal Reserve. So I do want to break that all down. All right, so we are going to touch upon that. We will get into this discussion. So please stay with me for a couple minutes and we'll get you guys on your way. If you are new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below and join us. And let's talk about some crypto. And as you guys are following along, I do want to share with you a meme coin currently in their pre-sale. This is Bitcoin Hyper. Okay, so a play off of Bitcoin and the Pepe narrative. If you are interested in this, this is a crypto pre-sale that I will tell you guys a lot of money has been raised, over $31 million. And as it stands right now, one Hyper token is going for a 0.013655 price level. Very easy to get involved. If you do want to get into this pre-sale, just click the buy with crypto. And then from there, guys, connect Best Wallet, Wallet Connect, MetaMask, and or Base Wallet. If you don't have a Best Wallet, download one from the Google Play and or iOS store. That link will be down below in the description as well. So I do implore you to check that link out and follow along as I'm discussing what we came here to talk about here in this video, okay? And please remember, though, that meme coins, guys, are very, very risky assets, not financial advice, and always be sure to do your own research and due diligence before getting into any pre-sale, okay? But as it stands right now, post Jerome Powell speaking, we have had pretty much, you know, it's what to be expected, right? I think that a lot of people, and guys, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not speaking on the global markets, but I'm just telling you guys my thoughts as it relates to what is concerning from this decision to kind of keep the interest rates where they're at, staying put, and kind of some of my key takeaways, okay? First and foremost, we did get a reaction from the market that in the last couple of days, these crypto bubbles were green, okay? Now, we are seeing some red numbers across the board, not anything drastic where it's a 10 to 12% kind of correction after hearing some, you know, hawkish remarks from the Fed chair. But as his time does run out there at the helm, Bitcoin is holding as Bitcoin kind of went down below 90K, but it's nothing where, like I said earlier, it's not falling off the table. It's at 89.1. It's down. It's pretty much flat on the day. Okay, so it's not anything that we've seen in the past where Bitcoin just continues to slide. But this is where we've seen this before. Okay, we've had these, but the Federal Reserve is keeping the target range at 3.5 and 3.75 as the federal funds rate. This is something where policymakers within this decision-making process pointing out solid economic growth, stabilizing labor conditions, and that inflation has remained somewhat elevated over the last few weeks, okay? But this is where Bitcoin, like I said, no real true reaction. The largest move that we have seen, right, for Bitcoin, it was down closer to 80,000 at one point. But we've had a lot of tension, right? We've talked about the Venezuelan, the Iran conflicts within the United States. Tariff uncertainty is something that is looming within the EU, within the whole Greenland aspect of what we talk about. And also, we'll talk about risk-on assets as silver and gold topping all-time highs above the S&P, also hitting 7,000. So this is something where safe havens have been kind of that resort for a lot of traders out there in the market. That does not necessarily mean all bad for crypto. It does kind of give way to the thought that crypto and risk assets such as digital currency would be afflicted, but really not seeing that initial impact right here. Does this mean that it won't change in the next few hours? Absolutely not. Crypto could change just like this, but I did want to give you guys the instant reaction and kind of my thoughts as the Fed continues to assess some of the goals that they have in sight, as well as the incoming data and outlook within risk and policy making there at the top, okay? The one thing I did think was kind of interesting, though, is that some of the expansion, right, of these economic indicators as job gains are low, unemployment rate, also signs of stabilization, but inflation remains somewhat elevated, okay? And I think that's going to be received differently within the United States versus outlying countries. But the one takeaway I did have personally was the fact that there were a couple people that voted against dropping the interest rate. Okay, so I think that that is kind of somewhat shifting. We all know kind of the battle between Trump and Jerome Powell. Looking at the accusations, the investigations, and so on and so forth, that does kind of allude to a very interesting relationship between the president of the United States and the chair of the Federal Reserve. Okay, but that does not necessarily mean that they can't be objective. I think that the Fed and with what they're doing, there's no retaliatory efforts. Okay, that would be pure malicious intent and malpractice at the highest level of one of the branches of government and forms of organizations that have resided at the top of economic policy making for quite some time. Okay, now whether or not you are pro-Trump or not, that does not matter. I think that what matters right here today is that we are somewhat finding stability. Okay, we all knew this was basically baked in my opinion. I think that when we look at kind of the prediction markets and kind of where the odds are, if interest rates go up, if they go down, that's kind of right there in front of us. Okay, we've all known this for quite some time, and I was expecting something maybe with the questions that he does take after the conference, where he would potentially go down a rabbit hole that would spar some kind of hawkish sentiment. And then the markets would react, but did not get that. So pretty much a very class effort by Jerome Powell. Whether or not you like him or not, you're in favor of the interest rate policy making that has been going on. That's neither here nor there. What it is here is the fact that we have not changed. Interest rates remain unchanged until the next meeting where they will look to drop or potentially even raise interest rates if inflation continues. I just don't think that will happen personally. That's just my hunch. It's not financial advice. But I just would really think that as Jerome Powell, I believe it's May where he will be exiting his post, and his possible replacement looking at inheriting a very serious situation at the top. I think that's something where, you don't want to go out being the guy that they can basically pin it all on. Okay. So I think that it will be kind of just all the same. I would hardly kind of envision a world where we see anything drastic in this regard, especially if tensions, not just within the economy, but also just the foreign kind of outlook with it outside of the United States, right? Nobody wants to see a tariff war or any kind of geopolitical conflict. That's just stuff that we just try to stay away from a humanity level and standpoint. So that's just kind of my thoughts on this. Okay, so what I'm doing as a trader, I'm personally looking at the same stuff I've always been doing. Okay, opportunities to long, opportunities to short, but the shorts definitely do outweigh the longs in a very short window. So I did want to kind of make this video to talk about what I'm doing personally during this time. If the markets begin to tumble, and we do get a lot of bearish sentiment, then yes, I potentially would be looking into shorting the market and kind of riding that wave if that's something that the market looks like it's tipping its hand on which direction that we are going to go to. Okay, so that's just how I feel about it. That's what I'm doing personally. You guys are welcome to do whatever you want to do with your own capital, but I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts immediately following Jerome Powell's statements. And then also, I did share with you guys that meme coin, Bitcoin Hyper, in their pre-sale. Remember to check out that link down below. And at the very least, download a Best Wallet today, completely free to download from the Google Play and or iOS store. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you for giving me a couple minutes of your time, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.